Welcome back to another issue. I'm Beastie Boy.
I'm Table.
I'm Red.
It is I, Shino Brando.
In this issue, we're pulling into the septic tank of the Skywalker Ranch and pull out the Star Wars Holiday Special. Did you know that 37% of you aren't subscribed to the channel on YouTube? You can help change that by hitting the subscribe button just below the video. And now, back to the show.
This thing is garbage from the get-go.
Very much so.
Yeah, just right into it.
This thing had no business pushing away an episode of The Incredible Hulk.
For an hour and 37 minutes of airtime.
Just so the audience is clear here, the Star Wars Holiday Special is accessible on YouTube because it was released primarily live, and we all watched the same version that included the very brief introduction where it explained that tonight there would not be an episode of The Incredible Hulk because instead we were getting the Star Wars Holiday Special. And
Shame.
they made a mistake.
A 1978 made-for-TV special directed by Steve Binder.
From the start, we get the announcer announcing Star Wars Holiday Special, which I'm pretty sure everybody's already aware that was coming on TV, right? But then the opening credits, where we introduce everybody, locally even, of which you already know, right? Guys, did you know Mark Hamill played Luke Skywalker? Did you know that?
I genuinely thought it was Lou Ferrigno for the longest time.
Right. The announcer had to tell me this, even though I could read it on the friggin' screen. Did you guys know that Harrison Ford was in the thing?
Harrison
No.
Ford.
You know, funny enough, I also thought that was Lou Ferrigno.
Guys, R2-D2 as R2-D2. My God.
I didn't see that coming.
Now that one's bullshit. There's no way, okay? There's just no way.
It's got to be someone
That
else.
was R2-D2? No. This was probably just a really talented toaster, let's be real.
Right.
I thought this was also Lou Ferrigno.
Have you got an issue with face blindness, dude?
No, I just wanted The Incredible Hulk instead of this.
I'm sure every child at home at that time wanted that too.
But they didn't get that.
How to live up on the hype of a vehicle that just came out that's got a lot of steam behind it, right? So you make just about anything behind it, right? Star Wars Band-Aids and then a holiday special.
So, let's get one thing straight, okay? Once we survive the opening credits, which is in and of itself surprising that we made it that far, we somehow get like 5-10 minutes into the damn thing with almost no dialogue. Because we are watching Chewbacca's family. We're at home on Kashyyyk. Though that does get mispronounced by someone during the special. And as Wookiees, they don't speak English. Which means we watch people in mediocre fursuits act around what appears to be the set of some 70s TV show that has been frantically repurposed with things like excess microwaves.
No joke.
Fucking the set of Mork and Mindy repurposed.
No joke. Just the chase in the beginning of like, oh look, it's Han and Chewie in the Millennium Falcon. You remember them, and they're getting shot at by look at that TIE fighters for some fucking reason. Right? So like, and like that shot really bad. So first off, Han is sitting in his pilot seat, right? And they're like, I'm sure you guys have seen Star Wars movies before. You guys remember that odd yellow light shining into his cockpit almost all the fucking time, even though you're moving through space?
Oh yeah, that always stood out to me.
Because in this special, it seems to just be doing that the entire like is there a perpetual sun that you just can't get away from that shines that bright into your cockpit the entire special?
I think it's a street light.
How else
They
is
go
the man gonna play his Game Boy while he drives?
Right? It's so bizarre. Like, and even when they try to show the action, it's just like it's literally like show Harrison Ford's face, then show Chewbacca, then show stock footage of a TIE fighter shooting at them, then show their faces, then show the footage again, show their faces, show the footage again. It's like it's so poorly done. It's just like, oh my god.
They really are just pulling footage from the original movies and hoping you don't notice.
It's so bad.
We're trying to do our best.
And then, like you said, we get down to this sitcom living room, and like, of course, Mama Baca, right, is cooking, of course, right, worrying about her family, and then there's Grandpa Baca, right, with his weird face, right, and there's Lumpy, right, who looks like an anthropomorphic wig.
Shit.
If you're familiar with the Addams family and Cousin Thing,
Oh my gosh.
he's kind of like that, but we gave him a really weird face.
Oh my
And also
god.
the most annoying thing to ever air instead of The Incredible Hulk.
Like, all of the noises they make are weird compared to Chewbacca's, like, wholesome Wookiee noises.
Yeah.
But Lumpy are upsetting to hear. I don't like the sounds that thing makes.
Cousin thing is a Wookiee.
You mean cousin it?
Sorry, yeah, cousin it is now a Wookiee. Holy crap!
Man, Lumpy needed a neck, and we needed to do something about his face because that was scary to look at.
As the occupants of this house are Chewie's wife Mala, who in my research I have found the real names of all three of these characters. Are we ready for this information?
Please share.
Yes, so.
I gotta know.
Chewie's wife is Mala,
Yes.
and her real name, according to somewhere in lore, because that I couldn't be bothered to actually grab, her real name is Malatobak.
Okay.
That sounds like a drug, but okay.
It
Like,
sounds
I couldn't
power-
sleep, so I took some Malatobak, you know?
Chewie's dad, Itchy, is Atachituk,
That's why he gets the name Itchy. Okay, understood.
Got it. Okay.
and then Chewie's son, with Lumpy. By the way, I just want to put in everybody's mind that he has a wife, and therefore has a son.
They blinked, yes.
Yes, Chewy Fox. We know. Yeah.
And Chewie's son, Lumpy, his real name is Lumpawarump. Or
Lumpawarump.
some
Lump.
sources say it's Lumpawarumpo.
Wow.
Oompa Loompa. Oingo Boingo.
It does. It does sound like the name for Oompa. I was thinking the same thing. Oh god.
Loki sounds like a name for a Pokemon.
Did anybody else find it strange that Lumpy's head was like perfectly coiffed?
Just a little.
The top of his head was like perfectly combed out. It almost looked like the top of George Lucas's head.
Hey, man.
Look, man, we established with Space Santa Claus figure, or whoever that fucking guy was, that he has a device that can groom really well.
Oh,
So
yes.
I just assumed he's had access to that.
It pierces. It does whatever. Yeah. See, I know which one you're talking about. That.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The
It looked
freaking
like a toothbrush with a weird handle.
The freaking shopkeeper that thinks he's fucking Rodney Dangerfield, like.
So that's another thing about this whole special. So the weird ass segments in between.
The whole thing itself.
Like, what was the first one again?
I wanted to say it
Oh,
was
the
going to
first
be
one was the circus trope.
Oh, my
yeah.
god, you're right, it's the table.
Yes.
God.
Yeah.
I kid you not, that literally went blank in my brain. I literally forgot that because that scene was so weird.
So Lumpy has a hollow table, right? And he turns on the hollow table, and from the depths of whatever programming it's got, it summons Space Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah. Cirque du Soleil
So we
just
spend a
comes
couple
out.
minutes just watching Space Cirque du Soleil on this little table, and that's just something that happens and we have to live with.
Leads to nothing.
It means nothing. It's just there. The acrobats did a perfectly good job at being acrobats, I guess.
Yes.
For
They
some
do.
reason, the ringleader gets super big and it's off the table for a while.
Yeah, that was weird.
All of it.
We are going to need a better word than weird as we go on through this.
This movie is structured like a sketch comedy show.
Oh man, but poorly executed.
It's like
Yeah.
a weird version of a Saturday Night Live. That's what it was.
It's just fucking weird.
Yeah, that one. What was the next one after? Like later on, because I mean, in between, it was just watching the family Wookiee.
Yeah,
Oh
the cooking
yeah.
show was really fucking weird.
What if I told you guys that might not even be a lady, but
I didn't think it was, frankly.
But, like,
I wasn't judging. I just saw someone
Yeah.
cooking and they were doing a
Yeah.
whack ass job.
The female that was doing the cooking also had 4 arms.
Yes, but 2 of them were surprise arms. They weren't involved until later in the process.
and not very coordinated either.
Nope.
No. Almost like there's just a second person standing behind her doing the second arms.
Looks at the
That
camera. But
I
who
like,
knows?
I like the instructions were like at least 5 minutes long. It was just her fucking panic fucking whatever thing on the stove, stirring and going nuts and taking.
Oh, I'm
tests.
sorry.
taste
You
tests,
didn't get
everything.
tired of stir, whip, stir, whip.
Yeah,
whip,
exactly.
stir?
All it
That's
was.
It just kept going. We had to
Oh,
watch
man.
the entire process.
And listen, this isn't Rachel Ray teaching you how to cook a fucking piece of chicken. This is some nonsense, made-up thing, made-up piece of meat, made-up spices, pulls a little thing from in between her chest and goes,
Right.
yes, and a little piece of this root, and then throws that in too.
I don't want to even know where that was from.
Then as we proceed, right, we get into family contacting a random trader, some guy who has an imperial officer like, in his store,
the room.
right? And this guy's talking in like most blatant code, like, "Oh yeah, don't worry, it's being handled. Don't worry, by a Han and a Solo." And it's just like, come on, man.
That's not even code anymore.
Like, come on.
I'm like, wait, was that supposed to be a joke?
Honestly,
Is
I
this
thought it was for a
comedy?
second.
Was this Star
What's
Wars' first
happening?
attempt at comedy?
They didn't do a good job.
Also,
man.
listen, I wanna pull very close attention to a line that the shopkeeper says, and the eyebrows, the bedroom eyebrows he gives the Imperial officer. I'm like, wait a second, I have yet to see this. I have this particular pornography before, but it's listen, in my headcanon, that's Star Wars' first LGBTQ plus character.
I'll accept it.
So once we're through the Space Julia Child section, and we get through the weirdest shop interaction I've personally seen in a long time, outside of like an Elder Scrolls game in which you cover the shopkeeper's head with a bucket so you can steal all of his things. We get back to the Wookiees for some fucking reason.
Question mark?
Well, lucky for you guys, I speak Wookiee, so I can tell you exactly what was going down.
Oh, thank God.
I really in the opening half, okay. Of course, Mama was upset that Chewie wasn't home yet. She's worried about her husband, right? She gave the old man shit. It's the basic sitcom formula, right? You can kind of tell what was going down, even though you didn't speak Wookiee. You can just get it, right? Got it. Kind of just played itself out. You could understand what was going down. Right?
So trader guy actually does turn up to the house to bring definitely not Christmas presents for everybody. Oh, wait, I'm forgetting the next segment. Silly me. They call Luke.
Oh, yeah.
Where the man is ripping a fat vape.
Yeah.
Blowing straight clouds.
They space Skype Luke while he's in the middle of fixing his vape.
Just treating R2 like a bong.
Well, sorry, guys. I gotta fix this real quick.
I gotta cool down, R2. We gotta call. Stop.
And Luke is just blatantly misunderstanding them, which is really funny. Except it just prolongs the conversation by about 2.5 minutes for no reason. And then he's like, "Well, I don't know where Han and Chewie are. They sure left, so they're not fucking here. I hope they get there on time. Good luck." And that's it. That's the call. That's what happens. But for some reason, he's wearing a lot of eyeliner and looking even twinkier than normal.
More than ever. So I want to point out that he had some wicked eyeliner on the top and white eyeliner at the bottom to kind of expand his eyes a little bit, to make them a little bit more brighter, bigger, right?
I'm telling you, Star Wars says gay rights.
It was a really weird cameo.
Fun story. So Luke is the first person in this TV special to drop the words "Life Day." And
no. I believe Han says it too. He says, "Don't worry, I'll get you home in time for Life Day."
Oh yeah, probably just
right. My point being that Life Day is referenced in a very recent show.
Oh.
Life Day is name dropped in The Mandalorian.
Oh yeah,
in episode 1.
Completely unsurprising. God damn it.
Oh man.
So I need everybody to remember that this is in fact based on Life Day being an in-canon thing.
That's the thing. The Star Wars Holiday Special is canon.
Yeah, it remains as canon, I guess.
Damn.
Oh god.
It can't not be. When the director of 2 of the last 3 films says it is, and then Jon Favreau writes it into a piece of dialogue.
Oh, man.
Whether we like it or not, what we witnessed is real.
And that's facts.
Man. Well, same trader guy comes into the house, like you said, and he helps out a little bit there by keeping the Imperial troopers a little calm by introducing them to Jefferson Starship.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they open the Christmas present for the mom, and it just plays a music video for Jefferson Starship, in which for some reason the microphone appears to be a lightsaber.
Yeah, I was like, this is dangerous for this guy's face, but okay, cool, man.
Oh, whoops! Finger.
In canon, pink lightsaber. Here we go. Jefferson Starship exists in the Star Wars canon.
They do. They are a performing band with pinkish lightsabers. Eat your heart out, Mace Windu.
Listen,
I think we all
slaps.
Oh yeah, that song's fucking amazing.
It was a perfectly fine music video. It was just bizarre to have it in the middle of your Star Wars special.
Yeah.
I think the even weirder part was that not only was it slapped right in the middle of a place it had no business being a part of, they also cut back and forth from them watching the music video back to the music video.
Yeah,
that was weird. And the Imperial guy seemed to be having a blast.
Listen, since we're talking about gifts and things people surely didn't notice.
Oh god.
The shopkeeper straight up gives Itchy erotica.
Yeah, he does.
Softcore pornography.
Except not even like a book or something. He gives him a VR erotica machine.
a whole VR experience.
And he tells him, "Have a happy life day."
And I believe we'll show the clip on screen right now. The exact words he uses to describe it, so that way he gets exactly what it is this is wow. That's what he uses. This erotica features Diane Jones as the main erotica lady. I don't know what else to refer to her as.
I feel very bad for her in that, like, the opening to the song itself, or whatever we're watching, was just a strange, like you have kids at home watching this shit.
And we get kaleidoscope. We get what appear to be sexy sea monkeys, and then more weird, fucked up kaleidoscope stuff, and then Miss Jones herself.
Talking very erotically towards your children, almost.
Yeah, that was weird.
Some very questionable things.
I understand. It's weird. No arguments here, but like she does a good job.
She does an amazing job, yes. But
like, what she was given for the role she was asked to play.
Goddamn CBS, what were you guys thinking, man?
She did good, but why was she asked to do that in the first place?
So, in the worst case of cutting and like just segues, I'm gonna make the worst segue worse than any segue in this movie. The next fucking scene, the next cutaway we have is C-3PO and Princess Leia doing their fucking taxes.
You're right. That is the next thing we see.
So here we have the Princess of the Rebellion who just survived like Vader and the Death Star and all that, and now we have her reduced to behind the table with a fucking computer in front of her face. Gone back to secretary work.
Someone's got to do the paperwork, bro.
Man.
And we really don't have that many female characters in Star Wars, period. So
it's hyper insulting. You have one golden droid there who could probably sit there and do that for you, but we're gonna make Princess Leia do it.
I mean, understood, but listen, Leia's not the only character or bloodline or however you want to phrase that, looking at the big scope, to get fucked by this scene. Leia notoriously doesn't give Chewbacca the medal at the end of the original trilogy.
Right.
This is true.
She also says to Mala, "I'll contact you again soon," and then never does.
Does she have this hate for Wookiees?
She must.
Maybe.
The Skywalker bloodline with the Wookiees is just bad, I guess.
No. Don't say that.
Just insults both clans. Like,
imagine that she gets called out. She's no. My father hated Wookiees, not me.
Some built-in prejudice from having Darth Vader as a father. Like,
oh man, no. That joke can go in so many directions. I'm gonna stop right there.
That's a good place to stop. Hey, you wanna know what the next place we should go? We should go to the animated segment of this fucking shenanigans.
Oh man,
god, that was a whole fucking thing too.
That was an acid trip as it is. Yes, it was.
Honestly, besides the B. Arthur bit at the end, which we'll get to, I think that's the best part.
Honestly, it had a coherent storyline.
It was
you gotta give it that.
Hey, but here's the thing: it had a storyline. Okay,
yeah, and it came to an end.
Yep. It did. Weirdly animated. It's hard to look at. Shit's very weirdly animated.
It's like the art style is more like, I can't remember. I can't pull this name, but it's like the Asterix comics, if that's the right name.
I don't know, man.
The Swedish store, like the small little guy, or
like Asterix and Obelix. No, that's too cartoony. This looks even weirder than that.
So, fun story. This is actually done by Nell Valna, famous Canadian animation company of the early 90s and 2000s. They would go on to do some things for Yvonne of the Yukon and do some animations that way. But also,
weird.
Tell me why. Not only is this the first appearance of a Boba Fett.
Yes, it was on record. It is the first appearance.
Yeah.
And because he continues to live on into the newest show in the Star Wars canon, this has to be canon.
Yeah, you're right. No, it has to be canon because that is on record Boba Fett's first appearance in that, which leads into the events of Empire Strikes Back.
Tell me why, in this animated short that probably runs 12 minutes.
Yeah, it's very short.
They do a better fetch quest than all of Episode 8.
Also, he gets more lines in this animated sequence than he proceeds to get in the next 3 movies.
Yes, that's correct. And Han, for some reason, looked like Brock from Pokemon.
That's what I thought too.
Dude looks like he was run through the fucking spaghetti maker,
He's so long. Why is he so long?
Why is his face like that, man?
They ruined Han Solo, man, bro.
Now I think we can go to where the fucking troopers like knock down the door like they're in fucking Harlem here.
Yeah, and just destroy the house. Yes. You recall what they were looking for exactly? Because I remember them coming in to look for just Chewbacca.
Yeah, they were looking for proof of hanging out with the rebellion, basically.
So
there's rebel activity on Kashyyyk, and this place exists, and it might be the only place that exists on Kashyyyk. We really don't know.
Right, so we're gonna go invade this home and totally wreck their house. These guys literally wrecked everything, looking the smallest place for any evidence of rebellion. At like
they ripped up fucking Peace Bantha toy, which
Yeah,
by the way I want. Like I want.
Yeah,
yes,
true.
same.
Yeah.
But the best part is, not only did they rip this place apart, looking for the evidence of rebel whatever,
connection.
they
Yeah,
missed
connection.
all of the hidden televisions that are in every bookcase that are used for space Skype calls to the rebellion.
Lumpy had a fucking device of which you can do open communication, and they didn't wreck that, but they wrecked his fucking Bantha fucking toy.
What if there was a transmitter in the Bantha?
You know what I mean?
You can never be too safe.
And then, as
It
they're
was a
tearing
rebellion.
apart the house, we get the non sequitur of transitioning to a segment that is dubbed "Life on Tatooine," where it's
Oh,
Arthur
man.
in the fucking bar.
Yeah, it was really weird.
What? Can someone tell me why that was there then?
It was inserted to pad some time. So, like, what goes down is this guy comes in and professes love to this bartender,
Played by B. Arthur. You know,
played by
legendary
B.
Golden
Arthur.
Girl. Rest in,
Right,
rip
yeah.
in peace.
Peace.
Rest in peace, exactly, of which she kind of rejects, and then she's just going about her business, serving the bar. Of course, the Cantina band is playing the also famous Cantina song. You already know it because you hear it in your head right now. You know you do.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just literally life on Tatooine. They get shut down because they're looking for Rebel Alliance members and whatever and whatnot. And so now there's a curfew. Well,
Here we
then,
are.
then she's forced to tell these guys to get out, which no one wants to listen. And she drinks and sings with them, and somehow
And-
get through song and dance, she gets them out the fucking place.
She Pied Pipers these bitches out of her bar.
Yeah, and then she goes back, feeling, I guess, sad and sorry. And the same dude she rejected is still there. By the way, super creepy. Even though she's
The
told you
amount
no.
of sass that B. Arthur gives this character, and his name is Krellman.
Thank
The
you.
dude's the fucking
Is it?
Kremlin of the friend zone.
And he's still there, like after everyone's gone, still with the same song and dance, giving her a flower. I'm guessing by Stockholm syndrome, she takes it, and then I guess they live happily ever after. We don't go back, but I fear for her life because that guy was there.
Also, you can pour fluids into his head, and it weirds me out.
I mean,
even
And
though
she doesn't
he
just
has a
do it
mouth.
once, she does it more than once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he has
he's
a
an
mouth.
alien.
Alien. Was he a gaping asshole head top alien?
Hey man,
Who knows?
aliens have different ways of eating, man. When I saw,
so.
look, let me see. Let me tell you this. When I saw that happen, I was like, does he not have a cup? Did he not have a cup?
No, he is a cup.
And you know what? I was like, oh, this is how he takes in fluids. Okay. And I left it as it is because I'm not judging or questioning any alien aspect of that holiday special.
Let's
And I
never hear that sentence again. This is how he takes in fluids. Cut.
B. Arthur's musical number, Sing Along to the Cantina song,
Yeah.
does not deserve to be as good of a musical number as it actually is.
It was pretty good. And it did continue the trend of almost every female character had to sing.
I did not put that together until just now.
Mhm.
Yeah, holy shit, you're right.
Yeah.
If
So-
it was a female capable of singing, she sang.
Dang, that's right.
In a complete other non sequitur, Han and Chewie are now
Perfect.
back at home.
After throwing a guy off a balcony, yes.
Yes.
And
well,
this movie-
well, no. Hold on. He didn't throw him. That stormtrooper tripped, as a stormtrooper would, because they're cockeyed. We know this.
The helmet
got two
obstruct their
left feet.
vision.
That's right, Table. That's right. Dude.
They
Move it.
can't see word shit, and they've got 2 left feet.
Mhm.
This is, yeah, that's right.
So he
Stormtrooper-
falls to his death because the
Those are-
bottom of, like, the ground of Kashyyyk is full of things like giant spiders. So even if he doesn't get immediately killed by the fall, that man is dead.
His food. He killed himself. He used all of like 5 seconds of Vader.
To which this is actually James Earl Jones' first credit
Voice.
to the voice of Vader.
That's all, and that's all you can afford for that special, by the way.
Vader, expensive. Time
Mhm.
is money.
B.
Mhm.
Arthur, not expensive apparently.
No,
This was actually before Golden Girls, wasn't it?
yeah, you're completely correct. Yes, it
So
is.
it's
Very much.
before she got super big.
So Han and
Explains how they
Chewie
can
are now
afford her.
home. And
Han fucked off.
Han wishes them the most sincerest goodbye I've ever heard out of that man's mouth. Eventually, that dude will say goodbye to his own son, and I don't feel as sincere as what he did today.
Damn.
Listen, they told Harrison, ham it up on the screen as much as possible, get off, because we can afford you for only 5 more minutes. He lays it on real nice and thick, as Harrison Ford would. He jumps off his merry way, and then we focus back on the life and times of Wookiee.
Because that's what we care about here.
So the
But,
Wookiees
you
are
know-
now all home together.
Yay.
Are we talking about before?
Oh, they're all
No.
together now, and they're about to go to Life Day celebration, which is
Life
apparently
Day Festival?
which is like
An incense
Apparently
mule
a
drug trip.
you apparently wear a red robe and you ascend to a white ball of light and go to an altered dimension, of which you go and do Life Day things.
But worth mentioning is that for all that, all of the Wookiees are wearing red robes and such. All of our human characters are also there, and none of them
Somehow.
are dressed appropriately.
And somehow they got there. I'm not sure if they're even welcome or it's just
Were
they're
they
Wookiee.
invited?
Do they count? Can they go there even though they're not Wookiee?
Leia's
There's
at
nothing
the
to-
altar, and she still does that thing we're not going to speak about quite yet.
I don't know. It's just very weird, and they don't explain why they're dressed up and what they really have to do for Life Day. It's just a thing.
It just happens. They hold hands around a table, they light weird candles, and that's it. That's what we got.
And then the singing.
And then Life Day, a legendary, infamous version of the Star Wars theme song, is sung by our own Carrie Fisher.
She sure does. She sings fine.
He does
Like,
sing
musically
fine.
speaking, she does a perfectly fine job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Still
I
weird,
think
though.
it's better at 2 times speed.
I'm not even gonna experience that. Not gonna lie.
This whole thing was a train wreck on ice, on fire, in a dumpster.
There's a reason why it aired only once and never had a repeat performance.
Not only did it never have a repeat performance, it was never released on home video, so
Nope.
every version we see on YouTube or any other completely legal place you might find this travesty, like the 6th or 7th edition, burned edition from original tapes
Yeah.
that someone just so happened to be recording.
At night, someone caught that footage. He's like, I'm recording this. This is gonna be history in the making. You know what, buddy? I bet you when you thought that, you were half right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is history. Just maybe not the kind of history you intended.
Nope.
Like a dire warning, you know?
An early signal of, hey, maybe we shouldn't be checking this out. Like,
You had the right intentions, man. It's not your fault. But you did catch some footage, some historic footage for that matter, and we thank you.
you had the right idea, but the wrong fans.
Kind of thank you, because we had to actually sit there and watch that shit.
We did. We actually had to sit through that. God help us.
Some of
Yeah.
us watched it twice. Just to get it off my chest, they do actually mention the actors and actress that play Chewbacca's relatives.
Mhm.
And so, in that, I'd like to give them 30 seconds of due diligence of who the hell they were. Mala was played by Mickey Morton. Itchy was played by Paul Gale. And Lumpy was played by Patty Maloney.
Thank you, Patty. It's not their fault they push in a creepy ass mask, man. You
It's
kept
none
it
of their
together.
faults for what
Yeah.
they were asked to do.
Yeah.
They all performed wonderfully, given the circumstances.
I'll tell you, the actor who had Itchy's costume lived that shit up, and he knew to play with that jaw. Swear to you, that jaw,
wish he had-
that jaw was combing his hairline. That thing was deep in his nose picking, bro. That thing, whoo.
Oh, Jesus.
See the shovel in that lip, man? That was crazy.
Yo. My
How
God.
else do you think he grew the potatoes to then cook the bantha rump?
God
Yikes.
damn.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Sorry,
Guys,
it's Bantha loin.
Yeah.
We were actually
So-
specifically told this by Space Julia Child.
So, Space
Right.
Julia Child is cooking bantha loin, but what's on the table for Mala is bantha rump.
Oh.
That's
Oh.
bullshit. Why would she use a loin recipe for rump?
That's what I don't know. I don't have those answers.
Oh no.
Got the wrong
Space
piece.
Julia Child was like, oh, and if you have a bigger family with a larger appetite, you could use this for bantha rump. And so that's the big slab of meat we have.
Anyone got any last complaints?
I have
Oh.
one question to
Uh-huh.
everybody.
Okay.
If you could see part of this translated into modern Star Wars, what part would you pick and how would you do it?
That cartoon special, reanimate that shit.
Yeah, honestly, I'll be okay with that.
Safest bet.
It's the smallest story over there, but it's a story that works.
It's the most coherent thing.
besides Han's face, but hey, update that and we're good.
I think the segment that I really want to see is I want to see like the rest of the species that is Space Julia Child and what the hell they're up to.
Do they do much more than cookie shows? I want to see combat.
Like, are they just like big Amazonian women, like Death of Snoo Snoo type women? Like,
Jesus.
I'm just so I'm flabbergasted by it, like just the way this lady's arms move.
Yeah.
You know what? I'd like them to do something with the animated section where it didn't look fucked up and weird.
Yeah, we're all on board with the same idea here.
Yep.
And
Just
I
make it
would,
look nice.
don't get it twisted, anybody listening. I would also like to see this animated thing because it's way too like unfortunate to exist in this format.
Yeah, it's too bad.
It deserves better.
Yeah, it does.
It deserves to be released on like the extra edition of a anniversary collection of Star Wars.
Yeah, man, it needs to be pulled away from this holiday special, even though sadly this thing is actually canon is all hell.
It's gotta be.
As a more fucked up thing, I would love to actually. I'm one of those nerds who likes to look at the like life in the Star Wars universe. How would that work? So I wish the section in the trading depot or whatever hadn't been garbage, because the idea of like, what do you buy? What is available for sale? I think that'd be nifty. Just a little series of commercials.
Groomer need to rattle off all 17 sections or 17 volumes of the freaking Galactic Empire?
Yeah, why does it do that? Oh my god, you know what we skipped?
You missed.
We skipped the repair video.
Oh, for the transmitter there, the device for Lumpy.
Yeah,
that weird segment. Yeah, go ahead.
So Lumpy has a transmitter. It might be what Space Not Santa gave him. I don't really remember. But he needs to fix this thing so it can work, so he can get the Imperial troops out of his home, because he's going to send them a fake return to base order, which is super clever for however old this monster child is. But first he has to fix the darn thing. So he puts on the repair manual video in which an android does all of the like showing you how to do it, like put the blue wires in the blue bits or whatever. And the entire time this android is just malfunctioning repeatedly. And this takes like 4 or 5 minutes for no reason. It was very weird.
I'm guessing it was like, it's shtick comedy then. I mean, like watching it now, it's just like, oh man, this is supposed to be funny.
Can this end anytime soon?
Yeah, like come on, man, hurry this up,
please.
And then it's completely rendered 100% moot because the stormtrooper fucking destroys it.
Yeah.
So not only did you waste my time, you wasted it twice because you had to show me get it destroyed.
Yeah.
Bizarre. Every step of the way.
The whole thing, man. How do you guys rate this fucking thing?
On what scale?
0 being complete bantha fodder, 1 like 10 being force. I don't know. The force be with you. I don't know how to judge this scale. What do you think? Max midichlorians. There you go. What do you think?
3 because it was technically watchable.
Okay, 3 is a livable score.
I'll give it like a 2 or 3 because like the only thing that was decent was the animated section and like seeing the cameos, which was nice. But that's about it.
Red, what do you think, man?
So, because this allowed a Canadian company to play with the Star Wars franchise, because they also did the animated series, I think it's called, where it's the Ewoks.
Yeah, the droids. They had droids.
And then also the Ewoks. There's 2.
Yeah, and then later on, yeah.
So, because it let a Canadian company play with the Star Wars IP that way, gotta give it a 4. Because it made jobs and made more things to do later on. We can put out a call out to our loyal viewers on our YouTube. YouTube, just search Nerd Crusade if you'd like to find more episodes from us.
There you go.
We can set a goal, if my co-host could agree, that we might come across the other 2 animated features and add them to our list of Star Wars things that we watch and review, I guess, is what we do here.
Could. Yeah, we could do that.
We could do that.
I'm questioning this, but okay.
I mean, we could do it.
How could it get worse than this?
No, nothing could get worse than this whole special.
So I think is an appropriate like goal.
30 likes. 35.
30 sounds reasonable, yeah.
That sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
So at 30 likes for this video, when it goes live, we will find our way to the Ewoks and the droids, and we will add them to our collective Star Wars watch review series.
There you go.
I see.
As for this one, I'm rating it a solid 1. And that's all it's getting.
That
Not
is
not the
okay.
animated special, just the whole holiday special itself. And the 1 is for the animated part.
Oh shit.
That's why it's not 0.
That's why it's not 0. Oh, it gets a 1. It loses the other 9 points because I had to sit through fucking 25 minutes of Wookiee noises and no fucking storyline. So
Or subtitles.
Yeah.
Subtitles would have made this experience at least like go throughable.
mhm.
At least an experience rather than just something that happened.
Then you
Wouldn't
break
have
the
made it
lore.
molasses.
Then you break the lore of when Chewie talks. There has to be subtitles all the time. Then
I
Right.
understand why, but also, please, for the love of God, give me subtitles.
I rather
Why
would
did you choose this.
man. And it's too bad you can't use droids because they don't understand Life Day. But man, at least they talk or beep, and one talks, and you can kind of have conversation between that. But fucking 3 other Wookiees that just make Wookiee noises, and there's no subtitles.
Mm-mm.
That's not a
Fair
big
enough.
experience, man.
But no, not even beeps, because fuck us and our ability to know what the hell is going on other than the general trend. We did it though.
We made it
Did
We
through.
watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
God.
We watched something quite possibly worse than the last 2 Star Wars movies.
Surprisingly, it was possible. They did worse.
Mm-hmm.
And 47 years beforehand.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
No, 37 years beforehand. My bad. I'm bad at math.
You tried.
With that in mind, I believe, Beastie, you get the final word.
I guess that takes us out of this galaxy of questionable experiences. But that also brings us to our socials, which is our Twitter at Crusade Nerd, our Instagram at Nerd Crusade, and we upload every Wednesday to YouTube, and you can download any previous episodes or listen on your mobile device to their anchor.fm website or wherever podcasts are found by searching Nerd Crusade. Thanks for tuning in. If you like this video, go ahead and button mash a thumbs up. If you want to swing by when we have a new video, web up the sub button. Oh, and while you're at it, hit the bell to be notified by